This experience would take place during the conscious state in the physical body, where I would be singing the New You song. But from impressions and intuitive nudges, I was to sing it quietly instead of out loud or verbally. So I sat singing and I began to vibrate from my head to my toes and acquired a type of glow. My awareness opened up and little scenes like movie screens began to play. One scene was of the DNA within my body changing as I sang, and that as I kept singing the New You song, the fluid my DNA was floating in turned golden, and it transformed right in front of me. Another scene that I remember was of one of the bodies walking along a brick road where where I would be approached by a woman wearing a black sequin dress and high heels, and accompanying her would be a large mask like a floating head. This woman, who was of an influential nature, kept this mask on a type of leash made of black cord and paraded him around wherever she went. The mask undoubtedly getting people's attention, but in this area, the woman in her dress would almost be unnoticeable if not for the reflective material of the dress itself. And as they approached, she walked in front of the enlarged mask, dragging it along, stopping only when they had reached my right hand side. No memorable words came through to the personal self, but the impressions were clear. These beings wanted to make some sort of deal, and not any beneficial kind. And as I stood still, not saying a word in this view, the whole scene began to vibrate and shake, as it seemed that by my new use singing in the physical realm was now traveling into this other realm as I started to vibrate myself and turn translucent. And as it began to ring through this realm, would it begin to fall apart? The whole scenery would be shaken, with old trees falling, even the road being broken up, while the woman and her comically large masked friend went into a panic and seemingly started to shrink. They did not run away, though, as they seemed to not know where to go, so they sat there waiting for their creation to fall in on itself, closing on them too. And this was my little experience I had just yesterday.
That sounds very interesting. So again, so here's the influence with her buddies.
It would seem to be so. This giant mask I've definitely encountered before, and that always shows up when it's like the Callum. I've confronted him. He's like sort of the Wizard of Oz type thing going on. But it's very interesting that she kept him on a leash, kind of little hint to what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly, because of the created consciousness. So again, we're all part of this, and this is just an objective view of what's going on. And yeah, the Kellam God too is control in Book 4, the Supreme Deceptor, etc. So yeah, the influence is just again we went over it. Is just something created out of the consciousness. So as we you know, transform or redo or help whatever in any way, you know, what's going on, this can be different, etc. So you're seeing it, yeah, the big mask. Again, those experiences of yours are very, very good. And, uh, uh, you know, most people, they want the mask. They want to look to the mask, authorities. The mask is authority. And it's, you know, just like the reptilians, they don't see that they're controlled by the influence. They think that they have the free will to do whatever they want and get away with it. But actually, it's according to all the deception they've created that has manufactured the influence. And so, as you're having these experiences and sharing them and having this awareness, you see, again, getting people to the awareness position more so than consciousness, because we've been brought up with this. And you notice all the spiritual paths and whatever, yeah, they mention awareness a little bit, but they don't really know what it is. But they know what consciousness is, because it's all the paths and teachings and sayings and wisdom and all this stuff. That's consciousness. That's created stuff. And so again, until people see through that, they're just looking at creation. It can be good or bad or whatever. It can be really nice. People are mainly looking for something really nice for the personal self. instead of their awareness. So this is a new day for everybody to wake up to their real awareness and learn to recognize that. So in the meantime, like your experiences and the experiences we're sharing are a comparison, is what they are. Constantly providing comparisons, because the true reality has to be recognized. That's where the individual has to take the time to recognize what it is and see it from many positions, and to eventually see how it sees. That's the whole idea. But as long as we just hold only to our personal self, then we're just going to see the view from our personal self. That's it. And we're gonna have all these ideas floating around, and they're going to be good, bad, or indifferent. But that's all we're going to see. That's why so many people have come and gone, even the best seers or whatever. They didn't see it. They had experiences, but they didn't see it, because they just clung to their personal self, thinking that, oh, you know, Rebazar's in a body and all this stuff. Well, you're seeing the body, you're seeing the imagery, but are you recognizing the awareness? Are you seeing it from their position through their awareness? Yeah, there's the difference. So, yes, thank you, Jeremy. Fun stuff.